You know, one thing that I've found that is very underrepresented on YouTube is the art of catching Amphiumas in minnow traps. I know, it's crazy. I mean, it's something that pretty much everyone does at some point in their lives. I mean, I can't really hang out with anyone without them talking about it. Now, I'm by no means an expert at this, but I have had success with it in the past, so I figured I'd go ahead and do it again. First things first, though, I've got to stop at Bass Pro Shop to go get a few supplies for the mission. So what we're in here getting is something to catch these guys with, obviously. So my best recommendation for this, good old minnow traps. Now you want to be careful with this because they have crawfish traps, and there is a difference. Could you go away? Now with your crawfish trap, you might catch some bigger Amphiumas because the hole is bigger, but if you catch smaller ones, they'll have a bigger chance at getting out of the trap. So now if you go with the minnow trap, you've got a smaller hole, so you're probably not going to catch as big of Amphiumas, but there's a much less likely chance that they'll get out of the trap after you've got them in it. I've had success with the minnow traps before, so that's usually what I go with. You could try the crawfish traps, but minnow traps, that's just me. Now we also want to get something to tie our traps up with. So I'd say best bet is to go with some thin paracord. Get the more brightly colored paracord. I've learned this in the past just so you can actually see your traps better. I've actually lost traps and they've taken me forever to find them because I didn't use a bright colored paracord. Now all we need is some bait. Just get the cheapest, most oily hot dogs you can possibly get for this. You don't need to worry about all that expensive crap. Okay, now comes the fun part of setting them up. Right here I've got about 8 minnow traps. Put as many as you can out. So first off, you want to find a swamp. Typically Amphiumas like a more, I guess you could say, vegetated area. Sometimes ditches along the side of the road can actually work depending on where you live. Do your own research for your area and try to figure out where the best places in your area are to find these. Behind me you can see there's like trees, and then there's a swamp underneath it. That's not bad. Sure, you could get an Amphiuma in it, but what you want more of is like this. You can see like this area is a little more shallow. It's got a lot more, you know, tufts of grasses and vegetation, like aquatic vegetation. It's not just a flat bottom of mud. Let's go ahead and set these babies up. First things first, get one of your minnow traps. Second step, get one of your hot dogs. Chop that thing in half. Put it in your minnow trap like that. Go ahead and put it together. You can kind of see how it works. You got these two little latches right there. They fit into each other, and then you just put this clip on like that. Tie one end of the paracord to this little loop here. Cut the paracord to however long it will take to reach semi-dry land so that you can stake it into the ground. Put your trap somewhere, like I said, along where there's vegetation or something like that. And put your trap just deep enough in the water so that both of the holes are submerged underwater. But you don't want the whole trap to be submerged underwater because Amphiumas, they need to breathe air. Now, one thing that you also can do is you can put some kind of flotation device in there, like a water bottle or something like that, anything that floats, so that if the area floods, that way the water level won't rise above this point and none of your animals that do get trapped will be drowned. Now I come out here pretty much every day to check the traps, so I mean, like, if it rains really hard, then I'll come out there right after that or during it to try and, like, you know, check and make sure nothing's in it so that they don't drown. Now when you're tying your trap up, you can tie it to a stake and then stake it into the ground if there's anywhere dry. If there's nowhere dry, you can just tie it to a tree or something like that, and this also helps you see it a lot easier. I can end up seeing this from like half a mile away because it's elevated. Try and put your traps somewhere that people won't see them because there is a high chance that if someone sees them, they might take them. Make sure that this trap is not going to come open. You know, wiggle them around a little bit, rotate them, push them in certain directions in all different kinds of ways. I can't tell you how many times I've had that happen where I will have accidentally bent part of the metal here, and then that will leave a gap for this little thing to squeeze through, and then it just bursts open and whatever was in it just gets out and you don't catch anything. All right, so now all the traps are set. Now I know they always say don't put all your eggs in one basket, but if an area is looking really good, it's not a bad idea to really concentrate your trapping at that one location. So now it's just a waiting game. Now I'm gonna go home, come back tomorrow, and just keep coming back day after day after day, and wait until either I've got to bring them back or I catch one. Okay, so a little time has gone by. Let's go ahead and check them and see if we caught any of our friends. Alright, we got some crawfish. See, you're always going to catch a bunch of crawfish. Now, crawfish are the main food source of Amphiumas. Usually what I do, I'll take most of them out, but then I'll leave one of the crawfish in there to serve as something to attract them with. I'm going to let them go in just a minute, but I'm going to check the rest of the traps right now. Let's see if we got anything here. Oh, okay. They're not Amphiumas, but you can actually see there's smallmouth salamanders right in there. See, there's one there, and there's two back over there. But once again, I'm going to release them in just a minute. I'm feeling lucky. Let's see. Oh, okay, so we got a mole salamander. So this is good. We're catching salamanders, not the one that we've set out to catch just yet, but there's definitely salamander activities. Okay, so yeah, not a bad first trapping day. Didn't get an Amphiuma. Got plenty of other stuff, though. I'm going to keep coming out here day after day and see what I get until I get an Amphiuma, so I'll keep you guys updated. All right, it's been a little warm recently. We've had some good weather, and I just lifted up this trap. Look at that freaking Amphiuma. It's huge. Look at this thing. It's a behemoth. Oh my god. Three-Toed Amphiuma, and oh my god, it is I'm speechless. Right now, I am speechless right now. This is incredible. So that is how you trap Amphiumas in minnow traps. This is the biggest Amphiuma I've ever seen in my life. I'm so happy. Okay, so now you can get a little bit better of a look at this thing. This is a, what, 2.5 foot long Amphiuma. I mean, he's big. Wow. I can't believe I'm looking at this thing right now. Unreal, guys. I hope you all liked the video. I encourage you to get off your bum, close your laptop, get out there, and catch one yourself, because it's an experience that you really never are going to forget. So until next time, I will see you all on the next crazy adventure that is my life.